Every morning in America, millions of seniors wake up and do something they believe is good for their heart. They stretch, they walk, they follow a workout video they found online. They are trying to do the right thing. But what if I told you that 5 of the most popular exercises for seniors are silently damaging the very heart you are trying to protect? I know that sounds terrifying, but after the age of 60, your heart responds to exercise in a completely different way. And a groundbreaking study from the Journal of Gerontology just revealed that certain healthy exercises can cause dangerous spikes in blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, and microscopic damage to your arteries, all without a single warning sign. You feel fine 1 minute, and the next you are in the back of an ambulance. In this video, I am going to expose the 5 exercises that cardiologists at the Cleveland Clinic are now begging seniors to reconsider. These are not obscure movements, they are exercises you might have done this morning. But don't worry, this is not about scaring you into a sedentary life for each dangerous exercise. I will show you a safer, more effective alternative that builds strength, improves circulation, and protects your heart for the long haul. Before we dive in, I need you to do me a small favor. Think about the last time you exercised. Did you feel energized or just exhausted? Let me know in the comments below, and if you are ready to learn how to exercise smarter, not just harder, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. The information I am about to share is not just important, it is life-saving. Let's begin with the trendiest and perhaps most dangerous exercise of all. Exercise number 1. High-intensity interval training. Let me tell you a story that breaks my heart. It is about a 72-year-old patient of mine from here in Phoenix, Arizona, named Mr. Thompson. He was a retired Marine, tough as nails, and determined to stay fit. Started following his grandson's workout videos, which were full of high-intensity interval training, often called HIIT. That means quick bursts of intense movement, followed by short rests. No pain, no gain. He used to tell me after just 2 weeks, he ended up in my office. He had dizziness, shortness of breath, and a wildly irregular heartbeat. His blood pressure had been spiking to dangerous levels without him even noticing. He thought he was just feeling the fatigue from aging, but his heart was waving a giant red flag when you are over 60. Pushing your heart too hard is not bravery. It is a risk. Here is why. As we age, our blood vessels naturally become stiffer. The heart muscle itself may thicken, and our ability to recover from sudden spikes and exertion slows down dramatically. That is not just my opinion. That is from a study published in the Journal of Gerontology Medical Sciences. They found that older adults performing this high-intensity training had significantly higher increases in blood pressure and dangerous heart rate variability. These are both markers of extreme cardiovascular stress. Now, imagine this. You are doing one of those quick routines, a minute of fast squats, 30 seconds of sprinting in place, 20 seconds of rest, and then you repeat it. Your heart does not get a chance to stabilize. Instead, it is forced to go from 0 to 100 again and again. That is like flooring the gas pedal over and over in a classic car with worn-out brakes. Eventually, something is going to give. So, what should you do instead? You should choose movement that flows with your body, not against it. A 30-minute brisk walk in your neighborhood, gentle swimming at the local YMCA, or Tai Chi in the park on a Saturday morning. These may not look as dramatic as a high-intensity workout, but they are incredibly powerfully studied from the American Heart Association showed that older adults who walked at a moderate pace for just 150 minutes a week, that's less than 25 minutes a day, had a 31% lower risk of heart-related events. You do not need to sweat buckets to stay strong. You need rhythm. You need gentleness. You need to protect the heart that has been beating for you every single day for over 6 decades. Exercise number 2, crunches and heavy lifting. Next, let's talk about crunches and heavy lifting. You might think, I am just trying to keep my muscles strong. But what if I told you that doing these exercises the wrong way could be putting dangerous pressure directly on your heart? You see, every time you strain during a crunch or brace yourself to lift a heavy dumbbell, something powerful happens inside your body, and it is not in a good way. There is a sudden increase in something called intra-abdominal and intrathoracic pressure. That pressure does not just stay in your belly or your chest. It pushes inward and upward, forcing your heart to work much harder to keep up. A 2018 study from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that these types of exercises caused acute spikes in blood pressure, especially in older adults. One participant in their 60s saw his systolic pressure, the top number, shoot up to over 200 during a single lifting session. That is dangerously high. And the scariest part? He did not feel any warning signs. These internal surges are not something you can see or feel right away, but your heart feels them, especially if you already have stiff arteries, hidden plaque, or a history of high blood pressure, which many people over 60 do, even without knowing it. Let me tell you about Susan. She is 68, full of life, and wanted to get stronger after her granddaughter asked if she could carry her backpack from the school bus. She started doing crunches and lifting weights at a local gym. No coach, no guidance. She just copied what she saw younger folks doing. 3 weeks in, she felt faint during her last repetition. Her face turned pale. She thought she was just dehydrated. Turns out her blood pressure had jumped so high that she was lucky. She did not black out completely. Her heart was being crushed, not strengthened. This is not meant to scare you. It is meant to empower you. You do not have to give up on building strength. In fact, maintaining your muscle is one of the most important things you can do to stay independent as you age, but it has to be done wisely. So, what is the smarter way? Trade the heavy dumbbells for resistance bands. Use controlled, slow motions instead of fast, jerky movements. And most importantly, avoid holding your breath when you are lifting. That simple mistake alone can spike your blood pressure instantly. If you can, work with a trainer who understands senior physiology and cardiac safety. They exist. You just need to find the right one. Remember, strength is not about how much you can lift. It is about how well you can live without injury, without strain, and without fear. If you believe that exercising smarter is the key to healthy aging, please hit that like button. It tells me you want more content just like this. Exercise number 3, exercising in extreme temperatures. Now, let's talk about something that seems harmless and even refreshing sometimes. A morning walk in the crisp winter air of Chicago, or a light jog on a sunny afternoon in Florida sounds good, right? But if you are over 60, the temperature outside can quietly turn a healthy habit into a heart hazard. You might not feel it right away, But your heart certainly does. The way our bodies respond to temperature shifts changes dramatically with age. You were younger. Your blood vessels could expand and contract with ease. Your internal thermostat adjusted quickly. But as you get older, this system loses its flexibility, and that can spell trouble during both cold snaps and heat waves. In cold weather, your blood vessels constrict, they tighten up to preserve your body heat. This sounds like a smart survival move, but it also increases your blood pressure. A study published in the American Journal of Hypertension found that adults over 60 had significantly higher blood pressure readings during the colder months, especially after being exposed to the morning cold. That added pressure puts a real strain on the heart, especially one that may already be working harder due to age. On the other side of the spectrum, when it is too hot, your blood vessels dilate, they open up to release heat. This forces your heart to pump much faster to maintain your blood flow. Add in a little bit of dehydration, and now your blood becomes thicker and harder to push. Your heart is working overtime just to cool you down. One of my longtime patients, Robert, who is 74, used to walk every day around 1 p.m., right when the sun was highest here in Arizona. He thought he was doing everything right, but one hot July afternoon, he collapsed halfway through his usual route. His heart was not reacting to the exercise. It was reacting to the heat stress. We later found out his blood pressure had dropped too quickly, while his heart rate surged. Trying desperately to keep up that moment could have been prevented. And that is why I'm telling you now. The time of day and the temperature outside matter just as much as the exercise you are doing. So how do you stay active without putting your heart at risk? Pick cooler, more consistent environments. Early mornings before the sun gets too intense, or indoor spaces with good airflow and stable temperatures, like walking at your local mall. Stay hydrated, and I do not just mean sipping water after your walk. Start hydrating before you leave, and continue to hydrate during and after your activity. And always listen to the earliest whispers from your body. A slight shortness of breath, a subtle dizziness. Those are important messages you cannot afford to ignore. You do not have to give up your morning walks or your love of fresh air, but you do need to choose your timing wisely, because when it comes to your heart, even the most beautiful weather can become a silent enemy if you are not careful. Exercise number 4. Fast-paced, jerky movements. There is something about fast-paced exercise that makes us feel alive, right? A few jumping jacks, a quick dance class at the senior center, a little cardio burst. It feels like we are turning back the clock. But for seniors, especially those past 60, trying to keep up with the rhythm of youth can sometimes do more harm than good. I have seen it too many times. Older adults joining community fitness classes or following along with fast-paced YouTube workouts. They are trying to mimic burpees, step jumps, or stair sprints. It looks energizing on the outside, but inside your body, your balance, your circulation, and your heart may be completely overwhelmed. Let's start with what really happens in your body during these sudden, jerky movements. As we age, our nervous system reacts more slowly. Our reflexes are not as sharp. Our balance becomes a little less reliable, and our arteries lose some of their elasticity. That means when you jump, twist, or change direction quickly, your heart and blood vessels must respond in milliseconds, and sometimes they simply cannot. A study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity showed that adults over 65 had a significantly delayed cardiovascular response to sudden exercise. This is especially true during activities that require balance and coordination. This delay can result in irregular heart rhythms, an imbalance in your oxygen flow, or blood pressure spikes that can leave you feeling dizzy, breathless, or worse. On the ground, take Mrs. Ellen, a joyful 70-year-old who loved Zumba. She felt proud being able to keep up with the younger participants in her class, but during one routine that involved quick side steps and hops, she tripped not because she was clumsy, but because her balance was thrown off by that tiny delay between her brain's command and her body's reaction. She did not break anything, thank goodness, but the fall left her shaken and her heart, she told me later, had been racing for over an hour after the class ended. This is not about giving up. It is about choosing the right kind of movement for the body you have today, not the one you had when you were 30. When you choose slower, more fluid exercises like Tai Chi, water aerobics, or even gentle stretching flows, something beautiful happens. Your body is not shocked. It is supported. Your heart is not thrown into chaos. It is calmed, and your joints, muscles, and balance all get stronger in harmony with each other. One of the most underrated benefits of gentle movement is how it preserves your independence. When your body feels steady, confident, and safe, you are more likely to keep moving every single day. And that is where the real transformation begins, not in one dramatic workout, but in quiet, daily consistency. And while fast moves can shake your system, working out too close to bedtime quietly unsettles your heart in another way. Let's talk about that next. If these gentle, effective alternatives sound like a better path forward for you, please take a moment to subscribe. Our community is all about finding smarter, safer ways to stay strong as we age. Exercise number 5, exercising too close to bedtime after a long day. The house quiets down, dinner is done, and for many seniors that feels like the perfect time to move a little. Maybe it is a short walk with the dog, a few stretches, or even a light cardio session before bed. It feels peaceful. It feels productive. What if I told you that moving too late at night, even gently, could quietly rob your heart of one of its most vital healing windows? Sleep is more than just rest. It is repair, and for your heart, especially after 60 deep, undisturbed sleep, is when the real recovery happens. But if you exercise too close to your bedtime, your body might stay alert for longer than it should. That is not just a theory, it is backed by science. A study in the journal Experimental Physiology found that late evening workouts significantly elevated the nighttime heart rate and core body temperature in older adults, while younger participants returned to their baseline within an hour or two. The nervous systems of seniors remained activated for much longer. This delayed their ability to fall into the deep, restorative phases of sleep. That is because exercise, even light activity, stimulates your sympathetic nervous system. That is your fight or flight mode. Your heart rate stays up. Your adrenaline lingers. Your body thinks it is still on the move. When your system stays wired late into the night, it interferes with your circadian rhythm. That is the natural cycle that tells your body when to wind down, recover, and restore. One of my patients, Mr. Lee, a 69-year-old retired teacher from a suburb of Chicago, used to take evening walks to tire himself out. He thought it would help him sleep, but instead he started waking up at 3 a.m. with his mind racing and his heart fluttering. At first, he thought it was just anxiety, But after we adjusted his walking routine to the late morning instead of at night, his sleep improved drastically. No medication, just better timing. What is even more important to understand is that poor sleep is not just about feeling groggy the next day. It is directly linked to elevated blood pressure, increased inflammation, insulin resistance, and yes, irregular heart rhythms. Your heart does not just work hard during the day. It needs the quiet of the night to heal, to rebalance, and to reset. And if you are constantly disrupting that process, even with good intentions, your heart starts to fall behind. So, what should you do? Move your workouts to the morning or the early afternoon. That way, your body gets all the cardiovascular benefits of movement without interfering with the night's natural healing. Keep your evenings gentle and calming, light stretching, deep breathing, maybe a little meditation, but let your heart and your nervous system know that the day is done. Conclusion. Now that we have explored all 5 of these hidden habits, I want to leave you with one final message, a heartfelt reminder that aging does not mean giving up. It just means choosing a wiser path. You have come this far in life, and that means something powerful. You are choosing to take care of yourself, not just for today, but for the years ahead. That is real strength. Maybe you saw yourself in one of the habits we talked about. Maybe you're already thinking about a small, simple change you can make, and that is the whole point. It does not take a huge, dramatic transformation, just one smart choice done with care and repeated over time. Remember, your heart has been working hard for you every single day. It does not ask for much in return, just a little awareness, a little gentleness, and a little respect for the season of life you are in. So, today, let go of the idea that more is better. Choose wiser, not harder. Move with care. Rest with purpose. And above all, listen to what your heart has been quietly trying to say. If this video helped you see things a little differently, please leave a comment below with just one thing you're going to change starting today, and please do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more simple tips to help you live stronger and feel better every single day. Take care. We are in this together.